Mere days after we learned that Fox News knowingly signal-boosted disinformation and conspiracy theories about the 2020 election, Kevin McCarthy has reportedly rewarded their deceit by granting Tucker Carlson exclusive access to the Capitol's January 6 footage, which he will undoubtedly use for fascistic propaganda. Intrigued? Then click that like and subscribe, and enjoy the video. So as a reminder, a couple of days ago we did a video about how, according to recently released court documents, Fox News knowingly signal-boosted disinformation and conspiracy theorists pertaining to the 2020 presidential election. We have text messages and emails and private communications from people like Rupert Murdoch, Sean Hannity, Laura Ingraham, Tucker Carlson, who this video is about, and members of their staff, in which they confess that they know that people like Rudy Giuliani and Sidney Powell were talking BS, were making bold, unsubstantiated claims that they knew in private to be false. They would even make fun of these people very often, not just demean the claims, not just express skepticism about the things that were being said. They would very often mock the people saying them. But publicly, they would platform members of the Trump campaign who were, propagating these conspiracy theories about, widespread voter fraud and, voting machines which would switch votes, all these things. They would platform them. They would support their conspiracy theories. They would never challenge them. And that's part of the reason why the notion of election denialism is so popular in the Republican Party today, because of people like Tucker Carlson and Laura Ingraham and Sean Hannity, who didn't behave responsibly, who didn't exercise any sort of, civic responsibility or journalistic ethics, okay? Doesn't tell us anything new about Fox News. We all know that uniquely among mainstream media, even CNN and even MSNBC, Fox News is uniquely dishonest and uniquely propagandistic. But the reason I bring this up is because this should be like headline news everywhere, right? This is infinitely more important than the so-called Twitter files, because those turned out to be, for the most part, a nothing burger filled with unsubstantiated claims. But here we know that the most popular news network in the United States, a conservative one at that, knowingly spread disinformation and conspiracy theories that are not harmless, right? They're not just casting aspersions about a particular political figure's character. They're attacking and impugning the fundamental civic traditions of the United States. Things like elections, things like the peaceful transfer of power, all these things. It has done irreparable damage to the civic tapestry of the United States. And the only reason I'm bringing that up now in this video is to kind of set the stage for what has happened since. So reportedly, Speaker of the House Kevin McCarthy, the Republican leader in the House, has rewarded Fox News' deceit and bad faith by granting their chief propagandist, Tucker Carlson, exclusive access to the Capitol's footage of the January 6th insurrection. Now, I really want to emphasize exclusive. Probably be bad enough to give it to Tucker Carlson under any circumstances because, again, he's a hack, he's a liar, he's a propagandist. He has helped do incredible damage to the civic tapestry of the United States. But McCarthy has given him exclusive access, according to reports. So he's not giving it to ABC, he's not giving it to the New York Times, CNN, MSNBC, hell, even Brett Baer and other so-called responsible journalists at Fox News. Just Tucker Carlson, who, by the by, has been a January 6th skeptic. He's downplayed not only the long-term implications of the January 6th insurrection, but the events of the day itself. He's sympathized with Ashley Babbitt. He's, mocked the Capitol Police and whatnot. He has downplayed, I think, more so than anybody at Fox News, more so than even Hannity and Ingraham, the threat and the events of that particular day. And so he's the one who's been given access to that footage expressly, exclusively. It's kind of strange. So Axios and others are reporting it. Kevin McCarthy has given Fox News Tucker Carlson exclusive access to 41,000 hours of Capitol surveillance footage from the January 6th riot, McCarthy sources say. Carlson TV producers were on Capitol Hill last week to begin digging through the trove, which includes multiple camera angles from all over Capitol grounds. Excerpts will begin airing in the coming weeks. Carlson has repeatedly questioned official counts of January 6th, downplaying the insurrection as vandalism. Tucker Carlson Tonight on Fox News and Tucker Carlson Today and Tucker Carlson Originals. My God, it's like the MCU, right, of like evil fascistic propagandists. On the streaming service Fox Nation have a massive trove of raw material. There was never any legitimate reason for this footage to remain secret, according to Tucker Carlson. If there was ever a question That's in the public's interest to know. It's what actually happened. It's what actually happened on January 6th, as if we don't know what actually happened. By definition, this video will reveal it. It's impossible for me to understand why any honest person would be bothered by that. The irony of Tucker Carlson trying to appeal to an honest person's sensibilities is hilarious. The January 6th committee played numerous excerpts of the footage last year, captivating hearings. The process with Carlson started in early February, according to a communication between the show and a McCarthy representative that I was shown. This is, of course, coming from the journalist. So, again, exclusive footage to Tucker Carlson. It's interesting. I also want to set the stage as well. You know Tucker Carlson's reputation, but you may also want to remember that even in other areas that have nothing to do with January 6th, Tucker Carlson's known for being propagandistic and selectively editing interviews. So, for example, when he had that famous interview with Kanye, a.k.a. Ye West, from last year, a lot of stuff was selectively edited. So, what was excluded, according to footage taken from Vice, which was raw footage of the interview, Ye claimed that he would rather have his kids learn about Hanukkah than Kwanzaa, since at least it would come with some financial engineering. His assertion that professional actors had been placed into his house to sexualize his kids. He said that he trusted Latinos more than certain other businessmen, a vague descriptor he used to be safe. Ye also told Tucker Carlson that he had visions that God gives him, just over and over, on community building and how to build these free energy kinetic and fully kinetic energy communities. Both in the snippets Vice obtained and what made it on the air, Tucker Carlson mostly nodded along with Ye's commentary, and there was no obvious effort to question Ye's assertions or express uncertainty about moving forward with the interview at all. He also, apparently Kanye West, Ye, also said during this interview that he was vaccinated. And of course, Tucker Carlson has been a vaccine skeptic, a COVID skeptic from the beginning. And even though we're fairly confident that he has been vaccinated since it was part of Fox official policy, Tucker Carlson has refused to tell the public whether or not he has or has not been vaccinated. And he's continued to downplay it. So when Ye said that he was vaccinated during the interview, that happened to make its way out of the editing room floor. It conveniently was, left out of the interview that was aired to Fox viewers. So not only that, but then you have situations where there was a lawsuit famously that was adjudicated in 2020 against Tucker Carlson. And Tucker Carlson's own he ended up winning the case. And his winning argument was predicated on his attorneys saying the general tenor of Tucker Carlson's show should inform a viewer that Tucker Carlson is not stating actual facts about the topics he discusses and is instead engaging in exaggeration and non-literal commentary. Fox persuasively argues that given Mr. Carlson's reputation, any reasonable viewer arrives with an appropriate amount of skepticism about the statement he makes. So he wins his lawsuits by appealing to the fact that he is a liar and a propagandist. So this, of course, is to say that literally nobody at any time should ever take Tucker Carlson seriously on anything. There should always be, the burden should always be on Tucker Carlson and Tucker Carlson apologists to prove beyond a shadow of a doubt that what that man says is honest. Because again, his default, clearly, according to his own lawyers in successful lawsuits, is he's an entertaining liar. So, anyway, it'll be interesting to see what happens with this footage. Obviously, it will be wielded for propagandistic purposes, right? Tucker Carlson's probably not going to do an about face and say, oh my God, you know what? That stuff was crazy on January 6th. It really was an insurrection. It really was a fascistic push by a deluded mob incited by a sitting president to overthrow the republic. Probably not going to happen. So you can expect a steady stream of propaganda coming from Fox News, which will undoubtedly make its way down to Sean Hannity and Laura Ingraham and then trickle its way probably into the hardcore element of Fox News, people like Bret Baier and Dana Perino and others. But yeah, this is really dangerous, and this is the Republican Party once again rewarding Fox for its bad behavior and dishonesty. And this is something that's much more important than the Twitter files. It shows a general trend of the sinister relationship between conservative news networks like Fox News and the Republican Party and, sitting presidents like Donald Trump. And again, this really close, uncomfortable relationship, and should be scrutinized and mocked. Hey, you! Thanks for watching. If you liked the video, and I hope that you did, please hit the like and subscribe buttons below. And if you absolutely hated the video, the best revenge for you is also to hit the like and subscribe buttons below. That'll teach me. If If you want to share an opinion or share some feedback, go ahead and leave a comment, all right? 2023 is a year of change, hence the aggressive rebrand and commitment to new content. Inspired by my friends Luke Beasley and STV Philly, my personal goal for this channel is to hit 40,000 subscribers by the end of the year. So I'm hoping you'll do me a solid by spreading the word and the videos to potential fans and hate watchers alike. And in the meantime, we'll be pondering politics again with you very soon.